In the silent tapestry of existence, we, mere mortals, tread upon the threads of time, entwined with the inevitable dance of fate. Welcome, seekers of Stoic grace, to a realm where shadows whisper the truths that echo through the corridors of eternity. In our pursuit of serenity, we confront the stark reality of our mortality, embracing the timeless wisdom of Memento Mori. As Seneca, that sage of Stoic musings, reminds us, he who fears death will never do anything worth of a man who is alive. Together, we voyage into the shadows of our own impermanence, not with trepidation, but with a Stoic grace that transcends the ephemeral nature of our earthly sojourn. In the visage of our own mortality, we find the crucible where fortitude is forged. The Stoic soul, ever resilient, navigates the tumultuous seas of existence with an unwavering resolve. We, the disciples of ancient wisdom, acknowledge the ephemeral nature of life's offerings. Yet within this acknowledgement, we find the strength to forge a purpose that outlives our mortal coil. The Stoic whispers from the shadows guide us. Think of yourself as dead. You have lived your life. Now, take what's left and live it properly. In this injunction, we uncover the essence of Stoic living, a call to seize the present with a vigor that transcends the shackles of fear and regret. As we traverse the labyrinth of our own mortality, we realize that, in acknowledging the transient nature of life, we unearth the power to shape its meaning. The Stoics, with their timeless wisdom, beckon us to dance with fate, not as reluctant partners, but as choreographers of our destiny. Together, we confront the specter of fear, for it is in the embrace of our fears that we find liberation. Seneca's words echo through the corridors of Stoic philosophy. True happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future. The Stoic soul, unburdened by the weight of the unknown, finds solace in the dance of the present moment. In this journey of self-discovery, we carve a path of self-control, fortitude, and profound introspection. The shadows of ancient philosophers, from Seneca to Marcus Aurelius, whisper in unison, guiding us towards a life imbued with Stoic grace. As we navigate the labyrinth of existence, we, the seekers of Stoic wisdom, find solace not in the denial of our mortality, but in the embrace of its inevitability. Memento Mori is not a grim specter. It is the silent companion that urges us to live with. In the realm of Stoicism, we are not passive observers of our own existence. Rather, we are architects of meaning, navigating the intricate tapestry of life with an acute awareness of its transience. The concept of Memento Mori, a reminder of our mortality, is not a morbid fixation, but a profound invitation to live with purpose and resilience. Picture, if you will, the Stoic soul standing at the crossroads of time, gazing into the abyss of its own impermanence. This introspective confrontation is not met with despair, but with a deep understanding that, in acknowledging our finite nature, we unearth the power to shape the very essence of our lives. Seneca's counsel reverberates through the ages. It's not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it. The Stoic soul does not succumb to the illusion of eternal tomorrows, but instead seizes the present moment as a vessel for self-discovery and purposeful action. In the dark recesses of contemplation, we find the Stoic self fortified with an unwavering resolve, a resolve born not out of defiance against the inevitable, but from a profound acceptance that death is not the end, but rather a transformation of the self. The shadows of philosophers guide our journey. As Marcus Aurelius implores, very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking. The Stoic soul, unencumbered by the ephemeral trappings of material pursuits, forges its happiness from the crucible of inner contemplation. Together we confront the specter of destructive emotions, fear, regret, and anxiety. In the face of mortality, the Stoic soul finds liberation from the shackles of these emotions. It is not a denial of their existence, but a transcendent understanding that in the grand tapestry of life, They are but fleeting shadows cast upon the walls of time. The Stoic journey is one of inner conquest, where self-control becomes the sword with which we cut through the vines of emotional turmoil. Fortitude is the shield that guards the Stoic soul against the storms of uncertainty. And in this dance with fate, we find not desolation, but a profound inner peace. As we traverse the labyrinth of existence with Stoic grace, we become the authors of our destinies. Memento Mori, far from a grim reminder, becomes a companion in our journey, a silent mentor urging us to live authentically, to love fiercely, and to leave an indelible mark on the canvas of time. In the crucible of Stoicism, the contemplation of Memento Mori is not a grim confrontation with the end, but rather a profound invitation to shape the present with purpose and virtue. Imagine the Stoic philosopher standing at the crossroads of their mortality, not paralyzed by existential dread, but empowered by the realization that time is the canvas upon which they paint the masterpiece of their lives. We, disciples of this ancient philosophy, recognize the transformative power of Memento Mori in navigating the complexities of existence. It is a call to arms, a rallying cry to seize the day and infuse our actions with intentionality. Like Seneca, we are not immune to the challenges of life, but we are fortified by the wisdom that our response to adversity defines our character. The shadows that Memento Mori casts are not foreboding. They are an integral part of the Stoic landscape. Picture the Stoic sage embracing the fleeting nature of each breath, finding in this awareness the strength to withstand the storms of fear and anxiety. As Marcus Aurelius reflects, very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking. In this acknowledgement of impermanence, we unearth the capacity to cultivate our own happiness. Memento Mori is not a macabre fixation on death, but a guiding star that illuminates the path to a life of meaning. Picture the Stoic individual embodying the dichotomy of control, navigating the unpredictable with calm assurance. In the face of uncertainties, we, Stoic brethren, draw strength from the wellspring of resilience within. The ancient echoes of Stoic wisdom resonate with the contemporary seeker, urging us to transcend the ephemeral desires that entangle the human spirit. Imagine the Stoic philosopher standing at the threshold of life's pleasures, not as a renouncer, but as a mindful custodian of their own well-being. In the serenity of self-control, we discover a liberation that transcends the fleeting pleasures of the world. Memento Mori, the silent companion, is not a harbinger of despair, but a companion on the journey toward eudaimonia, the flourishing of the human spirit. Picture the Stoic soul, embracing the adversities of life with the ardor of Nietzsche's amor fati, not as a passive acceptance, but as an active affirmation of our ability to rise above challenges. In the realm of Stoicism, Memento Mori is not a specter of darkness, but a beacon of inner light. In our pursuit of self-mastery, we delve into the Nietzschean perspective on the contemplation of our own mortality, a journey that transcends the Stoic path but shares the same grim acknowledgement of the ephemeral nature of our lives. Nietzsche, that enigmatic figure, invites us to confront the relentless march of time. He who has a why to live can bear almost any how, he declares, urging us to unearth a purpose that can withstand the weight of our mortal coil. As we, seekers of meaning, stand on the precipice of our existence, we find Nietzsche's call to action not as a dirge, but as a clarion call to forge our own destiny. We, the inheritors of Nietzsche's existential exploration, understand that the contemplation of Memento Mori is not a passive acknowledgement, but an active engagement with life's inherent uncertainties. In the dance between chaos and order, we carve our own meaning, acknowledging the impermanence of all things. Picture the Nietzschean sage, not retreating from the inevitability of death, but embracing it as a catalyst for the ultimate self-overcoming. In the crucible of our own mortality, we, like Nietzsche, find the courage to transcend the limitations of our existence, to ascend to greater heights of individual strength and self-affirmation. The contemplation of Memento Mori, from Nietzsche's perspective, is not a descent into nihilism, but a rebellion against it. In the face of our transience, we become architects of our destiny, sculptors of our own greatness. As Nietzsche boldly states, to live is to suffer, to survive is to find some meaning in the suffering. Our meaning emerges not in spite of our mortality, but because of it. We, fellow voyagers into the abyss, recognize that the Nietzschean call to self-affirmation aligns with the Stoic ethos of self-control and fortitude. In the tapestry of philosophies, we find common ground, a shared understanding that the contemplation of Memento Mori is not a descent into despair, but an ascent into the very essence of what it means to be human. As we navigate the labyrinth of existence, Nietzsche's words echo in the recesses of our minds, urging us to confront our mortality, not with fear, but with the audacity to create our own values. In this shared journey of self-discovery and resilience, we, the silent warriors of Nietzschean Stoic wisdom, find the strength to transcend, to overcome, and to affirm the profound beauty of our fleeting existence. In the closing act of our Stoic narrative, envision the philosopher standing on the precipice of time, not with trepidation, but with a serene acknowledgement of the interconnected threads of life and death. As the curtain falls on our contemplation of Memento Mori, we, the torchbearers of Stoicism, do not fade into the shadows. Instead, we emerge as architects of our destiny, embracing the transient nature of our existence with a quiet, inner fire that refuses to be extinguished. In the grand theater of life, Memento Mori is not the final curtain call, but a poignant reminder that every scene, every act, contributes to the timeless epic of our journey. As the Stoic echoes reverberate through the corridors of time, we, united in our pursuit of wisdom, stride forward with purpose, navigating the currents of existence with grace, resilience, and an unwavering commitment to the Stoic way. Let this be our ode to Memento Mori, a symphony of inner strength, a tapestry woven with threads of wisdom, and a testament to the indomitable spirit of the Stoic soul. As the final notes linger in the air, we, the torchbearers of Stoicism, march forward into the unknown, guided by the timeless philosophy that empowers us to not merely endure, but to flourish in the ever-unfolding drama of our lives. If you like this video, please hit that like button below and subscribe to our Stoic Insights channel now for a transformative journey towards a life of resilience and profound serenity.